Today we're going to do an update on root feeding. It's spring now and we're going to do the root feeding on the trees with the fertilizer tablets.
Welcome to Lawn Tips with Lou.
Last November I put out a video on root feeding the trees during the fall to prepare them for winter. When I did that, I just watered the trees really good because it's good to do that for the health of the trees so that they can tolerate the winter cold better by having plenty of moisture around the roots. Now that it's spring, I'm going to root feed again, but this time I'm going to go ahead and add the fertilizer. In the previous video that I put out last November, I showed you that there's a product, there's a root feeding product for feeding the trees. And this is what I'm going to use today. And in the next few minutes I'll show you the process on adding the tablets to the root feeder and in feeding the trees. Okay, the root feeder fertilizer comes in tablet form. Comes a little tablet like this, and you simply open the lid for the root feeder and put the tablet in there, and I dropped a little gasket, so we'll put this gasket back in the lid and put that on, and now we're ready to take this to the trees, turn on the water, and I can fertilize the roots of the trees. Okay, now what I'm going to do is simply put the rod from the root feeder, start to push it into the ground, and I'm going to turn the water supply on as I go in, and it just needs to go in a few inches, and I've got the water supply going, and as you'll notice, as the water supply goes, it kind of spins the fertilizer tablet around and dissolves it as it injects the water into the soil. As you can see, the fertilizer tablet is fully dissolved at this point, but we'll go ahead and let it run into the ground and kind of push the fertilizer into the soil. And I'll repeat this process in multiple locations around each tree, and I'll do this in the backyard as well as for the trees out in the front yard. Let me turn this one on for this location and push it into the soil a little further. And as you can see, once the water flow gets to going, the fertilizer tablet dissolves very quickly. And again, we'll just let this flow into the soil for a while, kind of dispersing the fertilizer around the roots. While the water's flowing into the soil, we just pan up and look at the tree. You can see that the tree is very healthy and leafed out from doing this process each year. keep today's video short, but I think you see the benefits of root feeding the trees both in the spring and in the fall. The fall root feeding is basically a good watering to help the tree manage through the cold weather in the winter. And the root feeding in the spring includes fertilizer for the roots of the trees, and it really benefits them as they leaf out fully and look very healthy throughout the year. Let me end this with a thank you for watching this video. Hope it was beneficial, and I'll see you next time.